Welcome to the Swedish Maker. Today I'm doing a review of the Runmecy laser engraver. And full disclosure, this was sent to me by Runmecy to do a review of it, but I haven't been paid in any other way, and I do my reviews honestly because otherwise there's no use in doing a review. So with that out of the way, they sent me this. They're running a Kickstarter on it on the 23rd of February, and I'll leave a link to their website down in the description. Now, they reached out to me and asked me if I would do a review of it, and at first I wasn't going to, but then I saw that they marketed it as it can engrave metal, and that got me interested. So we're going to find out if it can really do that. But first, let's dive into some of the specs of the machine before we try it out. So this is a 5000 milliwatt laser. So one thing to mention here is that the output of the laser is 5 watt. There are other machines like the Orter Laser Master that I have as well, and it is branded as 15 watt, but that is not the output of the laser. So be sure to check out what the output of the laser is before you purchase a laser engraver, because the output of the machine makes all the difference. So these small portable laser engravers seem to be pretty popular, as it's small enough to bring it with you. At its maximum power, it can run for about 90 minutes, and at 80% or lower, it can run for as long as you need. Now, I haven't tried this yet, so I don't know what it can do with metal, but we're going to try that out as well. I don't think it can engrave metal, but it might be able to mark metal, and there's a difference. Engraving is when it's actually carving away at the material, and marking is when it's basically changing the color of the top layer. Now, the color won't come off if you rub it, but it's not engraved. The engrave area is 92 by 82 millimeters, and the laser spot is 0.08 millimeters. The laser head is removable should you ever need to. It connects to your phone via Bluetooth or to the computer via USB-C cable. I haven't managed to get that working though, so in this review I'll be focusing on the app. And the app is fairly intuitive, but it's nothing fancy here. You can engrave text, images, or take a photo and engrave that. There are also 2 options for barcodes or QR codes. So the app doesn't offer any advanced functions. It's very basic, and if you want to do something more advanced, you should go with a computer and software like Lightburn or something else. So let's do some testing, shall we? Now, the first thing I tried was engraving an image from the app on one of these 1mm plywood pieces, and I ran it at 38% power and full speed, and it almost cut all the way through. So I ran it once more at 7%, and that one turned out much better, and it looks quite accurate as well. I also tried cutting the plywood I used, and it cut straight through at 100%, and this was 1mm thick plywood. So I was a bit curious on hardwood, so I ran it with a piece of walnut, but unfortunately I had a power outage in the middle of it, and so far it looked good, but it does seem to get the details right even though I ran it very small. I also tried cutting a piece of leather that is 2 millimeters thick, and it went straight through in one pass with a lot of burnout, but that's of course due to the settings, and the piece not being entirely flat also prevented it from being a perfect circle, I guess. So as I was curious about the metal, I started with the aluminum piece that came with the machine, and it did a great job of that as well. I ran it twice, but there was no difference between the first and the second pass that I could see. I also tried the piece of stainless steel that came with the machine, and it engraved my name really nicely. I tried rubbing it off with alcohol and it didn't work, but I can for sure say that it is not engraved, it's only marked. So me and my wife always tend to fight over the scissors, so I tried marking this scissor, which is made out of stainless steel, with my name, and it worked perfectly. Well, there's no doubt now that this is my scissor. So one of the features I really enjoyed with the app was that it had a preview function, and it ran around the material 5 times, so it was easy to see where to position the piece. And the bottom plate of the laser engraver has this grid system, and that also helps with aligning, of course. Now I am a bit curious about the laser unit not being entirely stuck in here. It could be that this unit, the review unit they sent me, has some kind of fault to it, but I'm not sure. And that could potentially be an issue if it's moving quickly and it's wobbling. Well, it is safe to say that the laser isn't safe. You really need to wear the protective glasses that come with it, as it's really powerful, and that goes for all lasers. Final thoughts. Me, myself, I wouldn't get this. I would go with something that has a larger engraving area. But if you just want a small laser engraver to do some simple work, this is super easy to use with the app and quick as well. But if you want to do more advanced things, I don't think this is the unit to go with. The metal engraving will definitely come in handy for me, and that's something I can't do with my Ortur Laser Master, so I'm mainly going to use this for metal marking myself. Alright, this was a quick review. I do hope you enjoyed it. Please subscribe if you haven't, and hit the thumbs up if you liked it, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.